I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then he tried to maybe Turkey Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't with me. September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
I think I said this before people killed me. I said that this reminds me, and it could be like Pacquiao when he fought De La Hoya. So at the end of the day, looking forward off of the last fight with Canelo, I like Crawford every bit as much as I did before that Canelo fight.
Canelo Alvarez has sent a strong message to Terence Crawford, making it clear that this pound-for-pound showdown means everything. He is determined to show that Crawford has never stood against a world-class opponent like him before.
Anything like I'm lying or he faced maybe good fighters, but there's a difference between good fighters and elite fighters.
I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm hunting him. I'm hunting everything that he got.
Two of the best pound for pound is gonna face each other. Yeah, he's gonna find out September.
Jaron Ennis, who has been in the news for possibly sparring with Canelo, shared a few predictions about the upcoming fight. Where he leans slightly toward Canelo, he pointed out that Canelo has gone up against bigger names, naturally larger opponents, and has built years of experience at the super middleweight division.
But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been pitting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys.
On the other hand, Crawford is stepping into unfamiliar ground. This is his first time fighting in a completely new division. Instead of moving up one level at a time, some have suggested that he should first test himself at middleweight before taking on the undisputed champion.
It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it, so so be it. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight, at like 60, or like at least at 60, just to get his body, to fill into somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up a weight, you gotta, develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavier and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now, but I think he should, just to stay sharp and that way he don't have like a long layoff or anything.
Daoud Bey pointed out that both fighters are preparing with full focus, leaving no detail unchecked. He mentioned that many sparring partners are joining each training camp, and that Canelo and Crawford are treating this fight with the highest level of seriousness. He added that the way a fighter chooses sparring partners shows the level of class this fight is reaching.
I just think the sparring for this fight is elite on both sides. I think that they both taking each other seriously. You could tell that by the sparring partners that they brought in. And I'm just kind of anxious to see the fight. Like going into the fight, I just didn't like the fact that Terence Crawford had to go up 2 weight classes.
Bey admitted that he would love to see the fight, but he also shared some personal feelings. He said he did not like that Crawford had to move up 2 weight classes to take on such a tough challenge. Speaking openly as a fan rather than a coach, he explained that he did not want to see Crawford, who he considers one of the best fighters, pushed into such a demanding jump.
Just didn't really like that. I mean, being honest, as a black boxing fan, when I take my coaching hat off, like, no, I don't want to see our best fighter have to go up 2 weight classes. I don't like that. But you think about it and you like, well, look, first of all, I don't want to deny that man. I wouldn't want to say nothing or even have it in my heart to deny that man that kind of financial like blessing that he gonna get from fighting Canelo. Not only that, he chasing greatness. So you look at Terence Crawford's resume, we ain't always been too great on his resume. He fought Earl Spence. This Canelo fight, I just feel like it's turning his resume into an all-time record.
Crawford's strength coach Chad Fortune said that Crawford is training hard in the mountains and is ready to shock the world. He believes it will be a historic fight, and that Crawford is in excellent shape. His strong belief in Crawford's power and greatness also adds major value when it comes to building excitement for the fight.
Listen, I get a lot of texts asking how I'm doing, how camp is going, so I figured I could just put it up in one post. So I'm in the mountains. This dude's about to beat the brakes off Canelo. and be the greatest boxer of all time, and I get to play a part in it. All is well, truly well. We good. I'm good. I'm real.
Canelo Alvarez has been giving his absolute best in training camp ahead of the Crawford fight. People in the gym say his sparring is intense, and every punch looks like fight night power. He is not focusing on throwing more punches, but instead on explosive power, hard body shots, and sharp uppercuts, which have always been part of his skill set. Today, Oladipo shared his view on the fight, saying that the Crawford factor can be seen as boxing philosophy in its purest form, built on skill and dominance. He pointed out that size will play a major role, with Canelo likely pressing forward and possibly putting Crawford under pressure, since he will be fighting at a much heavier weight than ever before, Oladipo noted.
This was never about him hurting Canelo. I think this was about him just outboxing and dominating him from that standpoint. The size would suggest to me that he actually wants to have a go at Canelo, which could impact Crawford, because ultimately he's fighting at a weight that's way heavier than he's ever done before. And sparring's one thing, under the bright lights and carrying the extra weight could be another thing. So I don't know, I feel like he's going for the kill. Maybe we're going to see an Errol Spence-like performance, but I would prefer him to stay quite light.
Adi Oladipo continued by downplaying the size issue. He explained that Canelo is naturally strong, but not a giant like David Benavidez, and that counting him out just because some fans think of him around 200 pounds is not right for Oladipo. It is less about body size and more about performance when it comes to pure boxing skill. He leaned toward Crawford. Terrence "Bud" Crawford is being praised as a warrior, yet also facing heavy criticism from many camps in the boxing world for his bold choice to move up in weight to fight Canelo Alvarez, skipping the middleweight division entirely. He is leaving super welterweight and jumping straight to super middleweight, a move that has raised concerns among fans, trainers, and former fighters. Manny Robles, on the other hand, did not take a firm side in the Canelo versus Crawford blockbuster. He praised Canelo for his recent form, highlighting how the legendary Mexican boxer has delivered strong performances on big stages while reminding everyone why Canelo remains at the top of the sport.
It's very highly anticipated, the Canelo versus Crawford fight.
Oh man, that's a great fight, but you're only as good as your last fight. And so we all know that Canelo didn't look too hot in his last fight, and obviously the opponent didn't help very much. He's a big guy, super middleweight, strong, solid. He's fought everybody there is to fight, with the exception of Benavidez.
Robles also acknowledged the greatness of Crawford, calling him a proven fighter with the rare ability to change styles instantly. He highlighted Crawford's sharp counterpunching as one of the most dangerous weapons in boxing today. In his view, the mix of Canelo's momentum and Crawford's versatility makes this matchup too close to predict, which is why he cannot confidently pick a winner.
Then you have Crawford, man, pound for pound, who I consider the best fighter in the world between him and Inoue. He's just a remarkable fighter, man. He's got the total package. He can switch from conventional to southpaw. Nobody does it better. Great counter puncher, great boxer, great ring generalship. He can fight if he chooses to. So it'd be dangerous to sit there and fight someone like Canelo, but it's just, I don't know, man. That's a toss-up. It's a 50-50 fight.
Do you see that 50-50?
Yeah, it's a 50.
Sean Porter made a bold call ahead of the mega fight. He confidently placed 3,000 on Terrence Crawford to overcome what many see as the toughest challenge of his career. He admitted the fight is extremely close and looks like a 50-50 on paper, but said his confidence in Crawford keeps growing.
I think Crawford's going to get the job done. I am officially picking Crawford to win this fight. It is still 50-50, but obviously...
he says that till he goes to Canelo.
I'm obviously going to say that this is a 60-40 fight, and I have Crawford winning this fight. Crawford's going to win this fight doing something that nobody's done to.
Jojo Diaz also shared his thoughts on the fight, pointing to Canelo Alvarez's raw power as the key difference. He said the matchup will be elite, explosive, and exciting, but stressed that Canelo's brute strength is a real concern since no opponent has ever dealt with power like his.
Canelo versus Crawford, who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out.
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terrence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you.
Diaz explained that when Canelo lands clean punches, the fight can change instantly. Looking back, he reminded everyone of past opponents who could not handle Canelo's hardest shots. In his view, once Crawford takes those same punches, the outcome will be no different.
At the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terrence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower.
Yeah.
So when Canelo's seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terrence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he can hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah.
For Canelo, this fight is not only about proving his dominance at super middleweight, but also about strengthening his case as one of the greatest of all time. A win here would further cement his legacy at 168 pounds as the undisputed champion with a Hall of Fame resume. For Crawford, the stakes are even higher. He is chasing what no fighter has achieved in the four-belt era, becoming undisputed in 3 weight classes. It is a massive risk, but also a chance to make history. The buzz around Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence "Bud" Crawford keeps growing, and for good reason. This is more than just another big fight. It is a showdown between 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters of their era meeting on one stage with legacies on the line. Super welterweight Mal the Professor gave a blunt breakdown of the fight, comparing skill to the hard reality of weight classes. His reminder to fans was clear: in boxing, size is not just a number on the scale, size is a weapon.
I mean, logically, I mean, this weight class for a reason, but like, I think, as far as the skill sets go, Bud has all the skills required to beat a Canelo Alvarez. I think he still has more bounce in his feet than Canelo's always been kind of flat-footed. Crawford has more bounce in his feet. He's a good counter puncher. He has a good jab. He has all the things that's required to be. The only thing that's playing against him, in my opinion, is just the weight class. And my whole thing is, it's weight class for a reason. It's hard to...
Mal acknowledged the speed, sharp counters and technique of Crawford, but warned that fighting at higher weights is a different challenge. He explained that talent alone cannot remove the danger, since every exchange will carry more weight, and every shot taken will be harder and riskier. He noted that this kind of mass against mass turns the fight into a gamble. Crawford has never faced. His words carried both respect and a touch of awe, which shows why this fight has captured the attention of boxing fans worldwide.
All in all, my heart is rooting with Crawford. This talks about, like, I read everything everybody talk about he's scared. I'm like, I don't think anybody that got shot in the head and drove themselves to the hospital is scared of any man born a woman. You know what I mean? So I'm rooting for Crawford. Definitely rooting for Crawford. I'm a Canelo fan, but I've been a big Terrence Crawford fan for a long time. So it's just like, even before, I remember my dad was like, even before the Ricky Burns fight, my dad was like, hey, look, man, y'all need to turn on the card early. Turn the card on early, man, and watch this dude, Terrence Crawford. And he was boxing, switch hitting, and things like that. I was like, dude, nice. You know what I mean? And I've been a fan since. And then when he bust through with Gamboa, and then he started becoming a star. On HBO. Watched all that. Yeah. I watched all that. I watched Canelo too, but it's just Crawford just.
To conclude, the weight of the challenge is clear from Canelo, who warns that Crawford cannot simply stand in front of him. His sparring sessions with Jaron Ennis, also known as Boots, show the danger he sees in Crawford's style. Beyond the fight itself, the promotion, broadcast money, and legacy all add to why this event will be far from an ordinary boxing match. Adola highlighted experience, reminding fans that Canelo Alvarez has already shared the ring with some of the best fighters in history. He explained that for Crawford, this fight is massive and possibly the most important of his career, but for Canelo, it is another test in a career already filled with legends. Oladipo added that Crawford might have more on the line since this is his biggest stage. Yet while for Canelo it could feel like just another Saturday night at work.
You're talking about someone that's fought the best of the best. Like, this is nothing for him. Like, this is a walk for Crawford. Like, all of this is big for Crawford. For Canelo, it's like, dude, I fought Floyd. I fought Golovkin. You know what I mean? I fought Bivol. I fought Mosley. I've done everything. Like, this is your big rodeo. For me, this is a normal Saturday.
And that's it. Canelo versus Crawford is more than a fight. It is a clash of legacies. One man has already proven himself against the best in the sport, while the other is daring to step into new territory. With everything to gain, the big questions remain. Will Crawford's brilliance shock the world? Or will Canelo's experience turn it into just another chapter in his story? This is the kind of matchup that defines eras, the kind of fight fans will remember for decades. Don't just watch history, be part of it. Share your prediction in the comments, hit the like button if you are ready for fight night, and subscribe so you stay updated as we head toward the September 13th showdown. Who are you picking, Canelo or Crawford?